Where is that hammer? I can never find anything I'm looking for. Oh, there it is.
My contractor just asked me for a deposit and I don't want to pay. Ugh. Let's talk about one of the most controversial topics in hiring a home service professional, and that is the deposit. Stand by. Okay, if you are a homeowner, at some point in time, you're going to have to hire somebody to come to your house and help out with something. They're going to need to paint the living room. They're going to need to fix the deck. They're going to need to remodel the kitchen. And chances are they're going to ask you for a deposit. So what's up with the deposit? Let's talk about the deposit and why it matters, why you shouldn't be afraid of it, and why contractors ask for it. First, your contractor's biggest asset that he has in his toolbox is his time. There's no bigger asset to a company than their availability to do things. So if you call me up and you say, hey Jeff, I want to book you for April. I want you to come over and remodel my kitchen. It's going to take all of your April and I want your commitment to do that for me. That's awesome. I'm happy to do that, but now I don't have the ability to do anything else for anybody else, especially if I'm a small company. So I'm committing that amount of my asset to your project. Okay? Just like you wouldn't assume that a hotel is going to hold their room for you for 2 or 3 nights without taking your credit card as a security. Your contractor and service provider shouldn't be asked to hold this available time slot for you without the same security. Now, everybody, with all of that said, everybody's got their own cancellation policies. We've all booked hotel rooms before, and it's a 24-hour policy. If you don't cancel your hotel room by this and this date, you only get so much money back, or maybe you don't get any money back at all. Be specific with your service provider about what the cancellation policy is, because things happen. Scheduling conflicts come up, unforeseen circumstances impact the trajectory of any project. So you can do that to kind of give yourself the assurance that if you do happen to have to cancel your contract or postpone it or bump it back, what is the cancellation policy? Can I assume that I'm going to get any of that deposit back? Or what percentage will be held? The second reason that contractors request a deposit is that they need some mobility to do daily things like go get more glue and more nails and more lumber and supplies, just daily sundries. And it's not on them to finance your project. And you certainly don't want them coming to you every 2 days and saying, hey, we got to buy some more stuff. I got to go get some more stuff. Can you get me another check? They have to hire people sometimes, subcontractors, and they have to be paid themselves throughout the duration of the project. And if it's a 6-week project or 2-month project, I don't know about you, but I can't go 2 months without a check or without getting paid. It's unreasonable to expect that your service provider would do the same. So with that said, understand that your contractor, just because he signed on to remodel your kitchen, isn't under an obligation to finance that project for you. As a matter of fact, that contractor, when he does sign up to do your project, is extending you sometimes large volumes of credit. Sometimes more credit than it would take to go buy a brand new car. With no credit checks, no collateral. And we're doing it on faith, on a signature on a contract, That yes, we've all got contracts and they're all enforceable by law, but do we really want to do that? I don't want to sue anybody. I don't want to, put a lien on anybody's house. What a terrible thing. That's just horrible for everybody all the way around. So that's a very last resort. Well, Jeff, I heard of this one guy. He gave a contractor $20,000 and the guy disappeared. Never heard from him again. Does it happen? Maybe, I guess. I've heard stories. It's like Bigfoot. I believe it happens, but I've never seen it. And it seems like so many professions have stereotypes. The used car dealer, the doctor, the hospital, the lawyer, the attorney. Every one of these professions has its own stereotypes. But we still buy cars. We still go to the doctor. We still hire attorneys with very reasonable expectations of having a good experience because we do our homework. In this case, you want to check references. You want to make sure that your cancellation policy is clearly defined in your contract. You want to make sure that you do your due diligence before you hand over a sizable deposit to a contractor, but just rest assured you're going to be fine. Yes, a meteor can fall out of the sky and crash into your car and kill you. But is it going to happen? No. Nah. It's not. So don't worry about those things. Be a little bit more confident when you go into the deposit. Be right back.
Thumbtack. You shouldn't have come back around here.
I am your father.
Yeah, good one.
Join me and together.
That's not gonna happen. Now come and get some. And you're not my dad.
So my typical deposit rate that I charge my clients is between 50 and 60% of the total job cost. That's tax included. That's all labor, materials, debris disposal, everything wrapped up into one ball. So I chop that in half, say that's your deposit. Sometimes I'll have clients come back and say, hey, the deposit on this build is $50,000. Can we post 50% of that and then 50% in a couple of weeks? Certainly, of course, we're all trying to do the same thing. And as long as you make that initial deposit, you've got some skin in the game. I can go ahead and buy some things, hire some people, schedule my time with the same assurance. So just be clear. Talk to your service provider if you have conflicts or you have concerns about this deposit that everybody seems to get so hung up on. Do your research. It's a good thing. It's a right thing. And paying that deposit to your contractor is not something to be feared, just understood. I'm Jeff. I'm a builder. I'm a designer. I'm also an independent construction consultant. I have a resource that you can use called Build Up to find quality service professionals in your area. You can chat with your neighbors about all your projects and give them your referrals. You can ask for DIY advice from our panel of pros, electricians and drywallers, tile guys and framers, roofers and concrete guys. You can find all of these resources and it's all for free. If you're a service provider, you can post your availabilities. You can source your clients organically instead of paying a big predatory service provider app like Thumbtack. And it's all free. It's all free to use. www.buildup.media. I'm Jeff, and I will see you next time.